Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another Yap session. Today, I just want to talk about life. This life shit, man. Grieving, mourning, regrets, changing, all of that good stuff. So if you're here for that, you need something to listen to, please stick around for this video. Today, I want to talk about grieving, and not in the sense of like death or someone who's not here anymore. I want to specifically talk about your old self or people who are still here that you have to physically let go of, such as breakups, friendships, family relationships, stuff like that. When I first got my heart broken a couple years ago, I was grieving so bad. I was like, oh my God, like my trust is so broken. Like, how am I ever going to be able to trust again? Like, I'm never going to be the same again. I was so innocent back then. And also, I was really grieving a person that I wanted to stay with who broke it off with me. And let me tell you, that's grieving is so difficult. And although a lot has changed since then, I'd be lying if I didn't think I still grieve my old self a little bit from time to time. When I was 18, before I had my first love, before I experienced heartbreak, before I experienced pain in a romantic sense, I was so innocent, and rightfully so. In life, it's like you learn how to juggle stuff based off what you go through. I thought, why not believe anything anyone says? Like, why shouldn't I believe something anyone says? If someone says they're gonna do something, why would they not do it? And I learned very harshly that it's not how it always works, babe. When I came out of my first heartbreak, I was so cautious. I don't know if I ever want to do this again, because like to feel the blindsiding and the mistrust and stuff is like so shattering for someone who used to believe anything someone said to them just because it was that person, even if actions did not follow through with words. I was just so naive to how people really are. I don't blame myself for that at all, because let's be honest, that's how stuff is supposed to be. If someone tells you they're going to do something, why should you not believe them? If they haven't lied to you before, like, it's so valid to believe that people are honest, to believe that you can trust people, to believe, like, if you've never experienced any type of backstabbing, then it's like, why wouldn't you? And when I first got my heart broken, I used to be so hard on myself. So like, you're so dumb. Like, why would you really believe someone was going to be with you forever? Why would you really believe someone was going to change when they keep showing you that they're not and all they're doing is talking? And that is so far from how I feel about my old self now. That inner child stuff is real, y'all. Like, be nice to your old self. Be nice to your inner child, because it is still a part of you. I was so valid for trusting people and thinking that people were going to do what they told me they were going to do. Because if someone says you can trust them, or if someone says they're going to do something, they should. But now that I'm older, man, has stuff changed. If anyone has taken the love languages test, I highly recommend it. Want to guess what my love language is? Acts of service on top. I think it's partially always been inside of me, but it's definitely because of what I went through with heartbreak. My thing now is like, when I first came out of heartbreak, I was so, you can't trust anyone. Like, you should always come in not trusting or seeing. You gotta feel them out. Girl, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. And my last relationship can prove that from the other side. How I go about situations now is, I don't need to go into someone new not trusting them. I don't need to go into trusting them either. I don't know them, but what's the reason to doubt them and automatically like, no. Because if you're still coming from that place of, I don't trust you, I won't trust you, I gotta keep testing you, you're not healed. I come from a place of like, I'm just open. If someone says they're gonna do something for me, if someone says they're this type of boyfriend, this type of man, this type of whatever, then I hear all that. I hear all that. And I hear it, I take it in, but I'll really believe it and really be like, okay, when I see some action, when I see it, when I see how you actually act. And it's not even just how people act, it's how they continue to act. Because love bombing is so real, people. Please, to all my young people out there, watch for the signs. Someone can be very excited, very happy to know you and begin to know you. But if you see that, all this overly happy, overly nice, overly, and I'm not saying that you don't deserve nice, thoughtful people. But if someone is over the top with it and then they just start to decline and pull away, baby, that's love bombing. So it's like how I feel now. I love that old version of myself that was able to just be so optimistic and so like not knowing, because sometimes innocence is truly bliss. Like when you don't know pain, you don't know, and you just go through life all light and like not having a second guess or not having that feeling, that intuition. It's really nice. And I love that part of myself. And she's still here. She still lives. But it's not exactly who I am. After I healed from that heartbreak, I had to switch it around from, oh my God, you were so stupid. I'll never be that way again, blah, blah, blah. I had to switch that to, I am so happy that I am different. I'm so glad I'm different. Because you know what? I learned so much. If I didn't go through heartbreak, if I didn't go through all these things, I wouldn't be as knowledgeable, as open, as mindful, as considerate as I am today. It sounds so corny, but that's really what life is about. Like, life can shape you or you can shape your life. Like that was when I was 18. That was a couple years ago when I got my heart broken now. I'm 21 years old. Imagine if I stayed in that mindset for that long of, oh, you can't trust anyone. I'm so dumb. I'm so this. So I'm just never going to trust anyone. I would not be happy right now. I would not. And I personally don't think you're going to find long-term love by that, by feeling like you have to test people. And like, come on, y'all. I know it hurts and I know it's hard, but you're not going to have any fun that way. And can I also say, I'm so thankful and I'm so happy that I learned so much. I gained so much knowledge. If I didn't have the knowledge I had from my last heartbreak, then I probably would not have had the tools, had the courage to leave my last relationship, which was abusive. I went from the anxiously attached person in my first relationship to the next one, someone anxiously attached to me. And that switch was crazy. Life really, really is about teaching you, because can I tell you that mirroring is real? Like I said, in my first relationship, I was anxiously attached. I was insecure. I mean, I had my reasons. I was more of an insecure person back then, but I also had my reasons from being lied to and trifling. But then I went to having a super anxiously attached partner, having a super insecure partner. And boy, was I like, oh, so this is how it feels. Life really gets you like that. And I'm just saying, mirroring in certain ways. Yeah, not all the same. It's not. But yeah, if you guys don't know what this is, not sponsored. When I was depressed for the first time off that heartbreak, I read this book called The Four Agreements. Changed my life, changed my mindset. It is what helped me go from this resentment, this regret, to appreciating the knowledge, appreciating the lessons, appreciating that experience, because it makes me who I am and it's made me so much smarter and all of that. So if you ever find yourself mourning your old self because of what you used to look like, what you used to act like, how things used to be for you, it's okay to sit in that feeling. Really think about it. Like, smile about it. Think about the good memories when you were that person, the things you liked about that person. Feel it. Don't run away from that. So if you're in that moment, you're feeling and you're appreciating that person, and it ever starts to turn to regret, resentment, think about what you know now. Think about how you are now. What you like about yourself now. What you think is better. And I promise you will be more appreciative of who you are now and your past as a whole. I'm not God, universe, angels, whatever. I don't know why things happen, what's the reason. I feel like no one will ever know. But just think of everything as a lesson, because it truly, truly is. Because I used to be really insecure about myself and I used to be anxiously attached to someone, I was able to have empathy for my last abusive partner of like, oh wow, like I understand where this is coming from. Partially, because I was never abusive. Let me just partially. But you know, you're able to have empathy for people if you are an emotionally intelligent person and you can like really connect the dots. That's how I've been for a while. Like, oh, you really learn a lot about people, how a lot of stuff isn't about you. It's like, oh, that's why they act like that. This is where this comes from. I see it. And if you don't think like that, I encourage you to. It saves you so much pain than thinking that everything is really a shot at you, because it's really not. So that's what the previous relationship, like, I feel like helped me just understand people more in general. But the work I did after my first heartbreak, I feel like is what gave me the strength to leave my partner and be like, I can have empathy. I can see where this is coming from. I can connect all the dots. I can blah, blah, blah. I can paint the whole picture, but that doesn't mean I have to accept it. And it's also like I've learned and I grew so much from that time where I was so confident, where I was like, now I know, like, I don't need this. I don't deserve this. And like, it's just weird how life really comes full circle. Like, you see more and more as you get older. I mean, I'm only 21. I know there's more to come, but it's really interesting. Now, I want to talk a little bit about grieving people who are still here, whether it's a romantic breakup, a friendship breakup, a family member fallout. First, I just want to say, take your time. Absolutely take your time. Miss that person. Don't let anyone, oh, you need to go out. Oh, you need to hop on. No. If you're feeling sad, you're missing that person, sit in that feeling for a little bit. It is completely okay to mourn or miss or grieve someone that you wanted to be with, someone that you cared for, someone that whatever. Don't let anyone force like this fast life on you. That's the first step. And when you're in that, like missing that person, allowing yourself to feel, start to analyze the situation. What do you miss? It's okay to miss, oh, there were good times, oh, I love them, oh, whatever. But they're out of your life for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So then think about, okay, what is also missing with them once they're out of my life? Like, come on. There are some bad things, some things that were stressing you out that are gone with the person too. Am I right? You know I'm a little right. I remember when I got my heart broken for the first time, I was crying to my dad and stuff, just about how sad I was and just grieving my old self and the person. He was just like, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I understand you're hurt, but I don't understand this reaction completely. And I was like, why? What do you mean? And he was like, because if it was me, like, I wouldn't be sad. I would be mad. He was like, I would be mad that someone was lying to me, that someone was keeping things from me. Like, you don't feel that? And I remember I was like, I'm not saying let anger consume you, but I'm just like, why am I thinking of all that, but I'm not thinking of that? You get what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. Be real. This person is gone because of whatever. I miss them. I love them, but I'm less stressed right now. I don't have to wonder if they're lying. I don't have to wonder if they're gonna do this. I don't gotta, like, there are things that change, but you're just so lost in the grief of the morning, you don't realize the benefits that may have came with letting go. And I know this can be really hard to realize, and allow those feelings to coexist too. You can be mourning and also be angry, or be mourning and also be relieved. Like, those feelings can completely coexist. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And when it comes to mourning this person who is still alive, still living their life, all that, just remember, it could be tough if, you know, you're going through a breakup, a friend breakup, or like someone who still has to be around you. But take control of your reality as much as you can. When I tell, you don't have to follow anybody on Instagram. You don't have to keep in contact with anyone's family members. Like, do what is best for you in the situation. Especially, you know, situations like my first heartbreak where I wasn't putting myself first. I was forced to let go and put myself first. So especially if you're like that, choose yourself. Like, universe, God, whatever made you have to let go. So it's like, now take the hint. Take the hint, choose yourself, do something for yourself. Don't go back to what hurts you. Don't purposely trigger yourself. And I know it's going to take time. You're going to want to look. You're going to want to know what's going on. Like I said, all those feelings are completely valid if you're feeling like that. 100% valid. 100%. I've been there. But we can't stay there forever, or we're just going to stay behind. Is that a good little acronym? And that's even if it means setting boundaries with people you know. I remember a couple months ago, so in May, I left my abusive partner, right? There's no feelings left. There's no wondering what he's doing, any of that. But it's like there's still a lot of trauma that just comes with the topic of him, because I was emotionally abused, sexually abused, and assaulted in the relationship. It just, my body is still just kind of tied to that trauma. And I'm working through it in therapy starting today. But like a couple months ago, my friend, who always means well, love you girl if you're watching this, she sent me like a profile she saw of his, you know, just to cringe and make fun of him. And at that moment, she didn't know that he was, that he used to sexually assault me. And, you know, we just kind of like have our key about it. But it's like when I saw that profile, because it's my old abuser, I literally felt like I was gonna throw up. I felt like shortness of breath. I just felt anxious like the whole next day. Oh, kind of just like fear, because it was something that showed he was like in my area. And you know, to my friend, it was just an innocent little key. Like she didn't understand the trauma I went through, or didn't really know at that point. And at that point, I had to let her know, girl, like, I love you, like, you know, this was a key, but like, he actually used to abuse me, and this is actually like really triggering to see. So could you just like not send me stuff like that anymore? Because my body just reacts, and my anxiety, and it's just ugh. And she totally was like, I'm totally understand, girl, like, I'm so sorry you went through that. Yes, like, do whatever, I hope you feel better, blah blah blah. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment. Love you, girl. But that was not an easy thing for me. One, I had to reveal to someone that I was abused, that I hadn't talked about it before. And sometimes it's hard enough to talk about it. And then two, sometimes you just never know how people are going to react to your boundaries, you know? It's like sometimes you're met with love and open arms, or sometimes you're met with confusion and like misunderstanding. And that is one of my hugest triggers, is to be misunderstood, which is why I feel like it's harder for me to open up these days. But don't be afraid to set those, guys. Don't be afraid, because boundaries protect you. They help you through the whole process. And whether you're met with love or misunderstanding, you did your part. And I'm so proud of you if you did that, or if you're going to do that. You fucking got this. But yeah, guys, that is all I got for you today. I guess I'm in a little therapist mood because, like I said, today was my first appointment in therapy. Well, back to therapy. I did therapy when I was 19 for about 6 months, and I'm 21 now. And I'm going back because I'm taking the initiative of my life, you hear me? Yeah, kind of just what I explained before. The triggers and the way my body reacts to being traumatized, being like a victim of SA. I'm like, I don't want to let this consume me, hold me back in life, or make me scared. So I'm going to go to therapy, and I'm going to learn more tools on how to regulate this and how to move forward. Because period. Whether that's therapy, a book, a person who can ground you, your own internal work. I hope everybody watching this video finds something that works for them. Happy healing, everybody. Thank you guys so much again for watching another Yap session. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Please follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Alicia Milan. I was just on TikTok live. I like to talk to you guys. Like, sometimes I see you guys who actually watch my videos and we key about them on TikTok live, and it's just nice to talk real time. Also, I'm really active on there, so please get over there. Please check out some of my YouTube shorts if you still need to be convinced to follow me on TikTok, because those are TikToks. Hello. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.